Hey guys, CBL, another one of these from this brand. A few days ago I evaluated Cigar Shop Cowboy. I like the scent pretty well, but it had suffered some heat problems during shipment. It had all gelled up, and so today it should be a more normal condition of the soap, a normal shave based on their soap base. The single edge razor, maybe my favorite single edge so far, the Sabre from Blackland Razors. It is crazy good. This is the level 2 base plate. The level 1 was really mild, very comfortable, very smooth, but so mild that it prompted me to hunt for the level 2. I've shaved with it once, I believe, maybe twice. Really enjoyed it. Still fairly mild. Looking forward to this shave with it. It's got a gem PTFE blade. Yeah, PTFE. Stirling. Soft badger, but very dense. So lots of backbone. This is their finest badger, which is a 2-band badger. And we will be soaking this for a little bit prior to the shave. And my bowl, as usual, one from Roger Quintero. 3D printed links are in the description if you have access to such a printer. All right, Barbershop. Often a mild scent. You can see this is definitely looks more normal than the gelled up version of the Cigar Shop Cowboy I had a few days ago. And it's a very mild scent. Just kind of a clean, not a lot of florals. Sometimes there's a powdery floral type aspect, lavender, the powdery type note that comes with the barbershop scents. That's not really here, but this is also just when it's dry. So we'll lather it up, see how it goes. Post shave, because I'm doing it in the middle of the day, I'm going to be around my wife. She's a big fan of Dunshire from Stirling, which is a scent that's very similar to Acqua di Gio, one of my favorite scents. All right, so throw a little water on my face. A lot more stubble today than usual, a little bit more than a 24-hour break between shaves. And this is a pretty soft soap. It's easy to press. So let's just do a 20-second load today. As my usual method, I'm going to shake most of it. And this knot holds a lot of water. I already shook out some, and you can see how much is coming out now. Okay, 20-second load. And there we go. Probably be a lot of soap for 20 seconds, but got to start somewhere. Get a good baseline going. Stirring up some of the scent, very nice. That's 13 seconds. And 20. We'll see what other scents come out as we work it. So here's what the 20 seconds looks like on the brush. The one complaint I have with this Stirling brush is just the backbone, partially due to the density. And that's just my own preferences. A lot of guys out there like the backbone, and that's okay. I like to apply lather in the splay, not just with the tips, not just with the swiping motion. I like to kind of use that scrubbing motion. And a lot of times if there's too much backbone, it just kind of shoves my skin around. Not all that comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and dump in a teaspoon now. There's a weird smell in there. Well, you know what? I want to go ahead and put in the other teaspoon because I'm confident this brush has just grabbed up so much soap that I'm going to need that much. See if I'm right. Yeah, it's getting more plentiful. This is how it's looking early on. There's some weird smell in there. This week they are adjusting our community well, and so sometimes the water is kind of dark colored, brownish, light brown. Right now it's running pretty clear. Definitely a weird, kind of odd smell. I don't know if it's the soap base or like some kind of smooth wood scent. The lather looks really nice. A good viscosity. I mean, a pretty cream type thing, not very bubbly at all, maintaining its creamy nature here. Throw in another teaspoon, since this does look pretty viscous, pretty kind of on the thick side. One thing I can do is, no, I don't detect any kind of scent from the water, so it's probably from the soap. Looks really nice. Would take a good photo if I was into lather photos. Not bad. Kind of held on to a little tail there while it dropped. That's a good sign. That's a good feel to it. Nice and creamy. Good cushion. There's some resistance as I'm trying to squeeze, but then when I take my fingers back and my thumb back and forth over my pads of my fingers, it doesn't wipe away the slickness, the lubrication. When I come back, it's still there. Really good. I'm going to push it a little bit further. See that nice long peak as it dropped, and there's one here. Those are some things to look for, so you can figure out where you like to have your lather, what viscosity, what water level you'd like to have with your own lather. Let me stop right there. A little more water on the face. So there's not really all that much in this brush, and it all comes to the outside. Shows my skin around a little bit. I'm hoping with more uses this guy will calm down. Right now he's just too dense. A little too much backbone. See how he pushes my cheek around. So when you have that dry bit in the middle, you can kind of get some wet like that and then put the dry on top of it, and that'll help a little bit. But I may have to sell this knot if he doesn't change too much. I think I've got him lofted as high as he'll go. Scent strength's pretty low. I think I was getting wafts of just kind of a clean smell, but it was very light, super light. Sometimes there's a little bit of citrus in a barbershop. Sometimes there's a, just a clean soapy type smell. This is a little weird. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Sabre, single edge, looks awesome, but don't be afraid of it because it's pretty mild, especially that base plate number 1. The base plate I have is actually the polished version. And then here's the blade that goes on that post, top cap. Slowly start it. Since it's not a complete screw, it's been beveled down. Don't get cross-threaded. I take it slowly, and I'm really good at aligning things, and so I almost never have problems, but it is something to watch out for. All right. I do feel a little bit of, I do feel some blade feel. Tiny bit of tugging, but very small amount. So I've gotten my double-edged blades to last quite a long time. But I have no idea about these single edge blades. So we'll see. At first glance, I don't think it's removing nearly as many hairs as my DE blades. sure enough, I could feel that. I could feel a lot more stubble. But we've got 3 passes. We'll see if we nail down, if we tackle some more of those hairs in the second pass. Also, something I need to remember to notice is the feel of the brush at the 3rd pass. Maybe this brush requires more soaking than average badger brush. The Fanturian from That Darn Rob is the first badger I noticed that really appreciated a nice long soak. I did notice on the 3rd pass with that one that I was enjoying the feel of the brush where it was a little bit too firm on the first pass. Maybe this is similar. Pass feels a lot better because there are definitely fewer hairs to cut. Also could be that maybe I don't have the right angle. There's an optimal angle where I'm just not hitting it quite right. I don't feel any irritation so far. And rinse. This is still not a great shave. I wouldn't really want to walk away. I mean, it depends on where you work, but it's anybody were to get close to you, they would see that your shave wasn't great. Let's try the 3rd pass. I'll bet it's my angles, to tell you the truth. Just haven't quite learned this razor yet. I think it feels better now than it did at the beginning. You know what that means? Yeah, I think I just need to let it soak for longer. And I think I remember feeling that way a few times. In the beginning, I'm a little frustrated with it. I think I'm done with the brush because it's just not nearly like how I prefer the splay and the feel and the backbone to be. But then by the end of the shave, it's changing. And then I walk away from the shave thinking, I'm going to give that another chance. Let's keep working with this guy. Give it a nice long soak next time. I am getting nice slick rinses. Good secondary slickness for this soap. Speaks well of it. No weepers or nicks, just maybe a little bit of irritation down here. And I definitely see some length on some hairs. So my DEs of later. So I did end up getting a good shave. At least everywhere except for my trouble spot. Feels good. Not very much irritation, except for just a little bit right around here. But still enough length here where I want to do another touch-up pass, and I'm going to do that. But the thing is, there are other razors and blades that got me to this stage in maybe after the first pass or shortly into the second pass, whereas this one I was maybe in the middle of the third pass when I finally got to this point. And so in a sense it doesn't matter if you're going to do 3 passes, you know. So maybe these single edge blades don't last as long, I don't know, because they're thicker. Maybe the bevel is not quite as sharp. Don't know anything about that part. They are thicker, they are more expensive, so hopefully they will, in terms of someone who might be looking at it in terms of economy, hopefully they'll last longer than a typical DE blade can last. So we'll do a touch-up pass here, see what we get. The scent is not really, it's just not very much of a scent. It is very light, and it's very light when my nose is in the bowl. And so I can barely smell anything during the shave. Now it's really slick. Really enjoy this base. It's a nice base with good residual slickness. It takes a good bit of water. Look at that, almost 4 teaspoons. I like the feel of it. I like the slickness. It's still creamy while also being very well hydrated. Not a whole lot of bases do that. And so I like the base a lot. This scent, especially when so many makers offer a barbershop scent. Maybe that's why he changed it up. Maybe he lightened it up. Maybe he switched it a little bit to not be like everybody else's barbershop. But this was just so lightly scented. All right. Let us just kind of come at it carefully. Light touch. Don't want to stir up any irritation. Razor burn. I think over here I've already gotten it pretty well. What if I come at it like this? Then maybe a kinder cleanup pass like that. And final rinse. Well, after 3 passes and a touch-up, not bad. I do maybe see length on a couple of tips, but it looks a little bit longer than maybe it should be. But not bad. And that's a reasonable amount of passes, reasonable amount of work. I'm interested in keeping trying on with this blade and seeing what happens. Throw on some Dunshire balm. I like to apply my balms in the direction of the hair growth. That way I don't get any kind of irritation. And that will absorb really well in just a few minutes. So how much lather do we have left after 3.5 passes? I could probably make a pass out of that, but only just. So 20 seconds seems to be about the right amount of lathering time for this brush, at least. And next time I'm going to remember to soak this guy for a nice long time before the shave. The brush, that is. Well, I'm sorry, I don't really know how to describe this scent because it's It's like a non-scent. It is, there's something there, but and it's not unscented. But it's just really too tough to detect. Maybe it's just so weak that it's hard to pull the notes out. I don't really get a fresh, clean type scent out of it. A lot of times with a barbershop, you'll be able to at least say that kind of thing about it. It just smells clean, or it just smells soapy, or like a traditional barbershop, or something like that. And maybe there's a little bit of a soapy scent in there, but it's very kind of low. There's nothing pungent in this scent at all, and in a sense that's good, but there's not even anything kind of medium pungency. Almost like there's a fresh air scent in there, but I'm sure there's not. That's just not a trait with barbershops. I don't know. Check out the description of the video, and I'll put the scent notes as listed by the manufacturer if I can find them online. So at least you'll know what's kind of supposed to be there. Or maybe if your nose is just stronger than mine, maybe you'll pick them up yourself. Now, to me, the Dunshire is not a strong scent itself, but it's strong enough for my wife to pick up later. And the good thing is it's not going to get in my way. It's not going to feel obnoxious over the next several hours. So fits the bill really well. Not offensive, just pleasant, easy going. My wife likes it, so it ticks all the boxes. So that did end up to be a good shave. But I've definitely gotten better with less irritation. And, I should keep working on the Sabre. I recall my last shave with it was a lot better. I don't think the soap was at fault. I think it did a really good job. It felt good. I felt like I had lots of slickness. Really happy about that. Obviously, the scent wasn't my thing, and it was super light. Already told you about the hair down there, how it left a little bit. But so CBL, I like their base. I like their base a lot. The scent on the Cigar Shop Cowboy was stronger than this one, and so maybe they have certain scents that are going to be more in my area than others. The Barbershop didn't really seem old, like it might have lost the scent or anything. And then sometimes once you stir on it for a while, even if it is old, some of the more of the scent comes out because you work away some of the top layer there, but that didn't happen. So it just must be a really light one. I mean, I guess it could be a batch problem, but I guess that one's probably just not for me. Sabre was a lot of fun to use, and I'm going to soak the Stirling Badger next time, that finest Badger, and we'll see if we can get it feeling better on that first pass. All right, well, we'll play around and see what's next. You take care. Have a good day. This is Sugar Daddy Shaves.